चलो सब आ ही गए हैं तो let's begin. Before I begin or introduce myself, I remember this dialogue from the movie Thor Ragnarok that Asgard is not a place, it's a people. And that's what Vaayu Fest is for me. The 25 core members, the 600 members, and as a matter of fact, the 40,000 plus footfall in from 100 plus colleges all across Mumbai coming to participate in 70 plus events. That's Vayu Fest for me. It is also the annual cultural festival of NMIMS University Mumbai, and I'm just a small part of it. My name is Devansh Wadhwani, the head of management events, uh, Vayu 23, and I welcome you all to Zest, an online crypto product design hackathon presented by Chimère, platform partner Unstock, and sponsored by Azure, B Scepter, Skill Arena, and Upsurge.club. Now, I know that this pre-fest is online, so I won't be able to see you guys, but please try to be active either on chat or just ask for permission to unmute yourself from the host if you have any queries or you want to say anything so that it doesn't get boring. Uh, let's start with the basics. So the rules and information are very much clear. Plagiarism is strictly prohibited. If any plagiarism is detected or found, it will lead to immediate disqualification. Any inappropriate behavior during the speaker sessions won't be tolerated. The organizers and the judges' decision will be final and binding. Participants are advised to join the WhatsApp group invite that I shared in the email to be updated regularly. Uh, and participants must adhere to the deadline. The results will be declared within 8 working days from the submission deadline, and the participants and winners will receive the prizes, certificates, and any other kind within 8 working days. Now, uh, telling you about what we are here for. What you have to do. You are expected to come up with the design of a product. It may be a software or a hardware that facilitates the use of cryptocurrency in the daily lives of people, a consumer product. Participants can use any tool they want to, like Canva, Figma, anything to create a design of their products. The final submission requires you to the participant to write a LinkedIn post explaining their idea and attaching images of their product design. The participants are also required to tag Chimère on LinkedIn in their post for the submission to be valid. The submission of the post will be reshared by Chimère in order to help the participants get industrial credibility and will also help get their transition traction in case they wish to pursue it further. Also, remember to tag your members in your post. Now, the judging criteria, as disclosed by our honorable judges, is the idea of your product will be given 40% weightage. What do we mean when we say we'll judge the idea of your product? It's basically how big it is and is it really feasible? Is it really scalable? Then comes the user experience or the UX will be given, which will be given 30% weightage. Is your product easy to use and is it addictive to the user? The user interface or UI, which will be given 20% weightage. Is your product visually appealing? Then finally comes the presentation effectiveness, which will be given 10% weightage. How good was your post? Did you present your idea and design effectively? It's about how you sell it, it's about how you present it. So that will be a very important thing. Then, why should you even go through all these pains? The titles, the overall winners will be the winner and runner up, two best idea mentions, two best UX mentions, two best UI mentions, and the two best uh, post mentions. The prizes that we have for these titles will be the top two teams, the winner and the runner up, will get a crypto worth 10,000 each, Scepter 1 year term plan worth $240 each for the top two teams, Azure RP 1 year subscription each for the top two teams, and winner certificates. Now, what I just said was exclusive to the top two teams. Now comes the top 10 teams, which includes the top two, of course. Uh, 500 unstopped coins for each team, discount coupons from Upsurge.club, discount coupons from Skill Arena, and winner certificates, of course. Now, even if you don't win anything, you will get every participant will get the participation certificate and a B Scepter 30-day term plan credit worth $25. Now, the flow, as far as the flow of the event is concerned, uh, there will be a keynote and Q&A followed by the opening ceremony. The submission deadline will be 10 p.m. And the closing ceremony will happen online on at 11 p.m. sharp. So now that we've done all necessities and all the formalities, let me introduce you to our keynote speaker for the day, the founder and CEO of Chimère and C4 projects, Tanish Wadhwani, who is a serial technology entrepreneur and has raised $3 million for his last venture. Finally, he aims to bring the Golden Bird back to India. Welcome, Tanish.
All right. Thank you so much, Devansh, for that introduction. Hey, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. First of all, apologies for all the delay that happened. That was really unfortunate. Now that we are getting started, so let's get into it. A while back, the team of Vaayu approached me and they wanted to do a hackathon. And I thought, what better agenda to pursue rather than inform people about crypto, spread awareness about crypto. But before we go to that, I think we need to really understand that why does crypto matter at all? I think all of us have heard a lot about crypto. Some of us have even invested in it. And we keep hearing news, and obviously Elon Musk is involved, so he'll keep you entertained, and all those things keep happening. But the biggest question in crypto right now is why crypto? Because I don't think a majority chunk of population who are even using it understand it right now. So that's what I want to primarily talk about today, first of all. So let's get started. So to understand crypto, you need to understand that it's sort of the latest version of money. And it's not like bank notes have existed from the moment since universe existed. Money with time has evolved as a concept. First of all, we started with barter. So let's say there is someone who is a farmer. There is other one who has access to water. So they'll just exchange their goods. Initially, the whole economy was just an informal economy, and people used to work on barter. Soon enough, we evolved and came up with the silver standard. So there was a point of time in the world, in the history, where the whole world was using silver as a form of money. Everybody was using silver. Silver is actually a better metal than gold if we talk about it as a form of money. But the thing was that when British Empire came into power, which was sort of the biggest empire to have existed, they controlled over 25% of land and population. It is the largest documented empire in history. So when British Empire came in power, they realized that India, China had a lot of silver reserves. So while we were trading with Europe, we were keeping our silver inside our own country. We weren't pushing it outside. So sort of India, China, and these countries, they controlled silver. So this is what British Empire came up with. They came up with the gold standard just because of this. They realized that the control of silver was with India and China. So when Sir Newton, he was the in charge of treasury, he came up with this scheme that he would take in silver and give out gold for a very cheap rate as compared to the market. So this is how the gold got adopted, and today we celebrate Dhanteras. I guess in a few days we'll be celebrating Dhanteras. We'll all be buying gold, but the thing is that gold is not the best metal, or wasn't ever the best metal to be considered money. It has the status it has because of what the decision that Sir Newton took and the adoption that came in because of that. So then we came from silver to gold standard. And after that, the whole world, after World War II, we came up with the Bretton Woods system. So after that, uh, US dollar was backed by gold, and all the currencies of the world, they were pegged to US dollar. Eventually, when Nixon was the president of USA, he said that this is not working out because we are not able to expand our economy because the amount of gold available is restricted. So they finally cut off the peg of US dollar with gold, which is infamously known as the Nixon shock. And after that, all of our current currencies which we see today, they are all free floating currencies. So today, all those rates are not determined by a pegged value, rather they are determined by a free market. So we came up with the idea of fiat money. Then banking system came in. Then I'm not going to talk about global systems since we are more familiar with the Indian banking system and how UPI works, how our digital banking works. So what happens is that you will go and deposit your fiat money to them, your cash to them, and the app will say that okay, it has XYZ amount of rupees which you submitted. But the thing is, if you really dig deep, you'll realize that even if that app is showing that your bank account has whatever XYZ amount of money, it really doesn't have that amount of money. Your money is being lent out. And a very infamous case of this, as far as India is concerned, is Vijay Mallya. A lot of banks gave loans to Vijay Mallya, including SBI. So you can understand how critical situation this is, that even banks like SBI, the ones that have the largest asset under management under them, like the most, like it's sort of, it's the biggest bank in the country. If you look at the number of users, the number of money that that bank holds, and they gave common people's money to someone like Vijay Mallya, and then we all knew what happened. Till date, we haven't recovered that money. And it's not just one case. If you look at the data released by RBI, we have lost $150 billion in the last 10 years alone. So this is what is happening. We common people, we put our money into the bank. Banks give this money to people who don't deserve those loans. They risk on that money, which is our money. They lose the money. We never recover it back. And then guess how government compensates for it? Inflation. That's why if you notice very closely, you'll realize that the pricing of all the goods and services have been rising steadily from the past few years. So that's the reason behind it. Now, this is where crypto comes into the picture. If you are using crypto, nobody can touch your money without taking your permission. If your Bitcoin wallet is showing that it has XYZ amount of Bitcoin, it is going to actually have that much amount of money. It's not being lent out to someone. Nobody can touch your money without your permission. And it gives you the same experience as digital money. So that is my case for crypto. That our banking system is not made to favor the common people. And crypto favors in terms of that. That's why if you look at predictions, all the big companies that you look at, I mean, recently BlackRock applied for an ETF. And that's why we have been seeing the rise in crypto rates recently. But every major company right now is looking at that for this reason only. They know this is the future because your government policies, your economic policies are going to degrade the value of your money. There are only 21 million Bitcoin in total. The amount of fiat which your bank, your reserve bank can basically mint is unlimited. So you'll see this figure everywhere if you look into crypto, that there are only 21 million bitcoins and there is an infinite amount of money. That's why fiat is worthless as compared to cryptocurrencies. Now, am I really expecting that the wider population is going to understand this much amount of economics? Of course not. The way I see it right now, a few individuals like us, the working class, the people who are actually contributing to the white economy, the people who are actually affected by this inflation, the people who are actually educated, the people who are actually literate, intellectuals, all of us are going to be the early adopters in this. And soon enough, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, these are going to be sort of in a state in which iPhone is right now. Not everybody understands why they should buy an iPhone, but they still buy it for the purpose of status. Soon enough, the way I see it, everybody would be using Bitcoin, or at least the higher side of the society or the posh side of the society. All of those intellectual individuals, the higher side of the society, they'll be using Bitcoin because it will have sort of that branding that intellectuals use it or rich people use it. So that is my case with crypto. Very practically, I see that in the next few decades, easily at least one-fifth of the population will be using it. That's the case which I'm banking on. If you look into the history of crypto, it will be an interesting read, especially for you all, since majority of you belong to the management background. You should definitely look into what happened in the 2008 financial crisis, which is sort of considered one of the biggest crises in the world. Maybe soon enough, after the data is released, maybe COVID crisis could be a bigger crisis than that. But till now, 2008 crisis is considered the biggest in the world. And releasing Bitcoin was sort of a response to this incident. You can look at documentaries like Big Shots, Insider's Job. You'll realize how critical that event was and how it affected, especially the Western society or the people who are dependent on America. We were protected by our politicians at that time, so kudos to them. We were protected back then, but I'm not so sure the way we are globalizing will be protected by such future events. So Bitcoin was sort of a one-stop solution for such mishaps, and that's how it came into the picture. Now obviously I can talk about the technical side to it as well, but I don't think we have that much time today, or I think that would be too much information just for one session. So feel free to connect with me later on through whatever medium I'm available on all social networks. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn preferably, and we can, if you have any doubts, or if you want to explore it further, if you want any resources to take this further, I will be more than happy to explain you further that why do we need crypto. But as far as today is concerned, I hope I was able to make a case to persuade you guys that why we should be using crypto today. Going forward, I just want to talk about how we as a company, Chimère as a company, and C4 Projects as a company are contributing towards this vision. So our vision is to bring the golden bird back to India. Now how we are planning to achieve that is our first company, C4 Projects, that is going to educate students in skills such as blockchain. If you're employed in blockchain sector, or a job which is oriented towards blockchain, you'll probably be earning in crypto. Now the problem with crypto is, or the criticism which we have heard a lot about crypto is that it's really not a currency because you can't buy goods and services using it. So on 15th August of this very year, Chimère came up with Chimère launched its application called the Golden Bird. Using the Golden Bird, you'll be able to pay in crypto, and the person who is receiving the money would be able to receive money in INR in their UPI. Now I can talk about it, but I would rather show it to you. Also take this as a case study of what you are supposed to do in this hackathon. Like, I hope I was able to convey to you why we need to adopt towards crypto. Then you need to look into how we can use cryptocurrencies or blockchain in daily life. Like for example, payments is just one example. Another could be investments. There are a lot of use cases of blockchain in supply chain. There are also use cases like record management. Just look into it. There are a plethora of cases. Again, I don't have the time for this to like go deep dive into all these case studies, and you will be easily able to find them. You know, be it Google, be it ChatGPT. Just look it up. There are a lot of use cases of crypto and blockchain. So what you're supposed to do is you need to pick up such use case, come up with your own novel and unique idea, and build a design on it. Now, we are not expecting you to be a pro level designer or anything. If you are aware with tools like Figma or Photoshop or whatever, you can use them. If not, just simply use Canva. Or even if you are submitting a sketch, that's acceptable. If you look at the ballot, what we are expecting to hear is first of all your idea. Secondly, how good your UX was. So UX isn't about UI at all. UX is about like does your product actually have a utility? Like, is it addictive? Is it easy to use? Is it actually feasible? Will people actually use it? Then comes the UI portion. Obviously, if you have any skill in visuals, put it into use there. Then lastly, a small amount of percentage for how effective your post was or your presentation was. So we are definitely looking forward to your submission. So take this as a case study. Now I'll just show you a few glimpses of our application, the Golden Bird by Chimère. If you want access to it, you can look it up. Like, you can go to our website, you can sign up for the waitlist, and we'll send you a mail and grant you access over it. But for now, I'll just share my screen and give you glimpses of how our application works, and maybe you can take some inspiration from it, and yeah, just take it forward. So I'll just clear my screen. Yep, so my screen is visible. I hope it's visible to you all. Can somebody confirm me? Devansh, can you confirm me if screen is visible and if I can proceed
Yeah,
further?
yeah, it's visible. See?
All right. So as you can see, this is our interface. Since we are connecting with UPI, it is advised to use it on mobile. It will open up on desktop, but there's really not much of a point using it unless and until you are using the transaction history. So this is how it works. I've already logged in and everything. So to not waste your time, so we are already logged in. Now again, I'm explaining the idea again. How it works is that you go to any shop who accepts UPI, you scan their QR or enter UPI ID manually, whatever. You enter the amount in INR. You will you it will The app will tell you how much amount you're supposed to pay in crypto. So you will pay in crypto, and they'll receive INR on their UPI. Right? So basically, you can use crypto to buy goods and services anywhere at any shop which accepts UPI. Right. So that's the idea. I hope I was able to explain that clearly. Now let's go for the uh, visualization. So yeah, you right now you can enter the UPI ID to whom you want to pay money. So whatever, ABC at the rate of UPI. Let's say I want to pay 100 rupees. So our app is currently in testing mode. So you can feel free to test it. No actual money will be deducted anywhere, neither in crypto nor in your normal UPI. Since I'm sharing my screen, I can't like proceed further with the transaction. So, anyways, I hope the screen was able to communicate to you what we are doing. So basically, you just click on Pay Now. It will. This is the Phantom wallet, which if you are using Solana, you will be aware about. So it will ask you for your confirmation here. Then it will open up your UPI app. It will ask for your confirmation there. You can make your confirmations there. After it's done, your amount will be deducted in crypto, and the person will receive it in UPI. Obviously, it's in testing mode right now, so no actual money transfer will take place, but you can test it out. So please do sign up for a waitlist if you want to check it out, and it can also help you as an inspiration in this hackathon itself. It doesn't work while sharing the screen. So yeah, but yeah, I'll share the link with you. You can access it later on. So that was our what our vision is. Just let me stop sharing my screen. Yeah, okay, it's done. All right. Yeah. So that's what we are doing at Chimère and C4 projects. So I hope I was able to communicate my vision. I was able to show you a brief demo of how it all works. So yeah, that's all I wanted to communicate with you all. Now I would like the floor to be open for any questions that you might have regarding, my journey, Chimére's journey, C4, crypto, or whatever you want to talk about.
Uh, Tanishq, I had a question.
Hmm. Please go ahead.
So basically, recently, after the crash of Luna, and then it swiftly followed by the crash of FTX, and now the FTX owner is on the run. Earlier, people didn't used to trust crypto as it is, and now it's become even more difficult. Like people in the college have been trying to pitch crypto, but the only question that every time comes is what about FTX and Luna? So how would you explain that or address that?
No, that definitely makes a lot of sense. So, see, the thing is, if you look at crypto as an industry, it's only 15 years old. It was only a few days back when we celebrated the 15th birthday of Bitcoin's white paper, right? So it's only 15 years old. Big tech has been there for 40 years, right? And they are still facing issues with privacy, manipulating elections and whatnot. So if I'm being very frank, see, it's an agenda of big tech and the government to not disrupt their monopoly, right? What they want is that their monopoly should stay, because then they can, if everybody is, let's say, using a US dollar, so then they can inflate it to any amount. They can give it to anybody they want, and the common person will just keep getting poorer. So I definitely understand that FTX was a concern, Luna was a concern, and there are a lot of things that have happened before it and that have happened after it that are a concern with it. But I think we should stay positive, because obviously it has been just 15 years. As you might have heard in G20, our finance minister and our prime minister discussed that they want to come up with a regulatory framework so that they can regulate crypto everywhere, right? So eventually crypto regulation is going to come. There are already countries who have adopted it very fairly, like El Salvador have made it a legal tender. Countries like Dubai and Switzerland and more or less European countries in general, they've already come up with licenses which they can give off to regulate. And the if you look at it, the support there is really really strong for crypto. So all I would suggest is that we should not be taken aback by this. I mean, I'm not saying that believe me. I'm saying that, just go there, read the papers for yourself, read, look into crypto for yourself. If you feel that it makes sense, whatever I talked about, just look it up. Look at all these case studies, history of money, where fractional reserve banking fails, how it works, the philosophy of crypto, everything. Just give some time, look into it yourself, make a decision for yourself. If it makes sense to you in a technical sense, then go for it. Don't be, influenced by the herd mindset, because India has not been taking leadership for a while now, right? All we are doing is, building copy paste startups. We haven't innovated in a while, in all fairness. So either we can keep on doing that, or we can, finally take up charge, take up leadership, and prove what Indians actually are, and take this opportunity, which is crypto, and build on it. There are many crypto exchanges that have tried before. Nishal Shetty was building WazirX. Now he has moved to Dubai because government didn't support him. There is obviously CoinDCX, CoinSwitch. So all I would say is that this is a huge opportunity to disrupt the Silicon Valley itself, because if decentralization and privacy comes in, then it is the end of the Silicon Valley model. So this is our chance finally, after so many years, that we can finally be back in power. We can finally be number one. So we can either be smart enough to be to persevere through it, to be the kings again, or we can just be we can just follow the lead of America as we have been doing. So choice is ourselves. Uh, Obviously, we all of us belong to very well-educated backgrounds, so we definitely have the power to do this. So let's just push through this. Let's just persevere and make India the future of crypto. That's all I wanted to say. So I hope I was able to answer your question. I went for too long, so sorry.
No, no worries. It's that the actually I like the answer, the context, and everything. It made so much more sense then. Also, Ayush Roy is asking you a question. Is it possible for us to use Chimère to buy stuff like fruits using crypto? And what are the legal compliances or the price fluctuations?
Yes, that's a very nice question. So yes, you can use crypto to buy fruits, vegetables, whatever. If they are accepting UPI, then obviously you can use Shimmer to buy using crypto there. Next, coming to the legal compliances. So we are completely compliant with all the laws. So I can go into details. We are going to require a PPI license and an NBFC license. So our next step is to raise funds. As soon as we have raised funds, we'll apply for these licenses so that we are completely in the legal area. We are not doing anything illegal. If you go to our app, you will realize that we are asking for as much information as a bank would ask you to open your bank account. So there is really no chance of money laundering whatsoever unless and until you are manipulating your government records, you have manipulated digital DigiLocker, then we can't do anything about it. But unless and until you actually have your legit Aadhaar, your legit PAN, it's definitely going to work if it can be verified by DigiLocker. If you are somehow able to hack DigiLocker, then I mean we have to work on that. We don't know how we'll be able to manage that. But yeah, we'll also be completely compliant with your taxation needs. So we'll be charging TDS on your crypto transactions, and that money will be returned to you during your tax filing. So obviously it's completely legal in every sense. Next, lastly, coming to price fluctuation. So it's all on you. If you want, if you feel confident, like I would rather keep my money in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, BNB, such instead of keeping it into any form of fiat. And you can ask people who are my friends and family, they'll attest to this, that majority of my wealth is in crypto. So I practice what I preach. So yeah, it's not like that. So what you can do is there is something called stablecoin. So one stablecoin is equal to one fiat. That's how stablecoins work. So if you want, you can use that. So you can be completely safe from the price fluctuations. If you're willing to deal with that, you can go towards that side. But obviously, see, crypto is going to be very volatile. It just makes sense because it's a free market. It's not a regulated market. It's open 24/7. It's the volatility is never going to end. It's going to reduce, but it's never going to end. So yeah, I hope Ayush I was able to answer your questions. All right.
Yeah. Uh, I wanted to ask that, yeah, oh, sorry. Neil had a doubt. Does Chimère have any tokens?
Yes, finally a man of culture to the moon. So no, we don't have any token right now. We are building a product which will be able to help you with crypto. But soon enough, we are planning on launching our own stablecoin, which will be sort of the first stablecoin in India. We are going to call it Chimère INR, and you will just love it when we launch it. It will have a very vibrant story, which will be very inspired from our Indian history, and it will be the first Indian stablecoin. So you will be everybody in the whole world will be finally able to invest in India using that. You will be able to keep your money safe, considering you are in India and you want to deal in crypto. So like, and INR backed stablecoin is sort of the best thing that could happen to you. So yeah, we'll be launching that, and like our own token or our own currency is like planned way down the line. But yeah, definitely we'll be launching our own currency down the line. But that's like, looking years into the future. Being very honest, we want to add. We just don't want to be another crypto company. We want to build something legit, be it India wise or crypto wise. So yeah, we are aiming for that.
I guess he's really looking forward to it. So am I. And I just wanted to ask that the craze of NFTs started with CryptoPunks, uh, built on Ethereum, I guess. Then came Soulpunks, and now a lot of NFTs are being traded on OpenSea, Magic Eden, everywhere. So there's even SoulSea right now. So and I've heard a lot of people say that NFT is just a phase, but the idea itself intrigues me enough to actually question that, was it just a phase, or does it have a future?
So See, first of all, my opinion is if anybody is saying that crypto is going to fade away or NFT is going to fade away, ask them, have you shorted this asset? Because I know for a fact that my crypto people have built so many products using which you can easily short crypto and NFTs. So if they really believe it, if they really have some logic behind it that why crypto will fail or why NFT will fail, they would be dumb to not short it. So ask them this question. If somebody tells you that crypto is going to fail, NFT is going to fail, are you shorting it? If not, then I think they are not really into the field and they are just being influenced by all the news which is coming up on media and all that. So again, what I would say is that crypto and NFTs and even DeFi, everything is very new. As I said, it's only been 15 years. There are a lot of influencers which you will see, and they'll just give out all sorts of gyan which would have no credibility whatsoever. Right. So my recommendation, my very, very strong recommendation to anyone who is planning on, entering crypto as a space would be it as a user, as a consumer, as an employee, as an investor, whatever. My very strong recommendation would be do your own research. Actually go and read those papers. People tell me that, when we are investing in stocks, there are reports published by the companies and there is no such thing published by crypto. This is completely false. Every crypto, every token has a white paper. So go there, read into it. You will realize what a beautiful technology these people have built and why this is the future of technology. So go into that, read into it, and you will realize. Now, circling back to your actual question of NFTs, see, the logic is very, very simple. Tomorrow, like Apple has essentially launched Apple Vision Pro, right? So after Apple Vision Pro have launched, Meta has been working on Metaverse for a while. So eventually it is going to come. People may hate him, but I respect him. He has bet the whole future of his company on something. Also, obviously, I mean, he's not he's one of the smartest people on the earth, right? Technically or business wise. So obviously he's going to achieve that. So metaverse is going to come in. So you will be having virtual worlds where people are interacting with each other, sort of like Fortnite, but at a much larger scale. So imagine this. Now, when such activities are going online, and if you can buy a land there, if you can put up billboards, if you can put up your shop there, and if you can drive sales using the immersion which these new technologies are creating, wouldn't that be lucrative? I mean, imagine buying a property in a place like Bangalore or Silicon Valley or Mumbai way before, like when it was a city, when it was sort of a proper gaon, a proper town, right? That is the state of NFTs right now, right? At one point, all of these places, even they weren't in hype, right? Because the development was going on. So that is the way I see it. So again, I'm not saying that believe someone and invest your money in it or just go into the field. Just do your own research. If it makes sense to you, do it. But I would be actually much happier if you made your own decision instead of hearing it about from someone who has no idea whatsoever how these technologies work. I can frankly tell you, as a developer who is working in this field, that I can count only 1,000 developers in this whole world who actually know what they're talking about when it comes to the technology behind blockchain. So if you see, people, anybody coming up and saying anything, don't believe in that. They don't know about it. Even Warren Buffett, if you look at him, initially he was, spreading a lot of hate about crypto, and eventually he ended up investing in a new bank which has investment in crypto. So I mean, all of these big people which you see, they are all hypocrites. They hedge. All of them are hedging their investment. Even Bill Gates. Bill Gates has said a lot of things about crypto, but Microsoft itself has its investment in crypto. So if he really hated crypto that much, I mean, he would have liquidated his Microsoft stocks, right? If crypto was that big of a problem to him. So all of these people, they are hedging their bets. You'll see a lot of varying opinion about all of these things. So my only final conclusion or final say in this would be, do your own research. If it makes sense to you, invest in it. And if you're doing your own research, it is only then when you will be able to stay in this industry for long. So the market is really volatile. If you really want to make significant gains, you need to like play long term games into this. And lastly, yeah, don't put up money which you can't lose. Please don't do that. Talking of Luna, there were I have personally seen news where people proceeded with suicide because they ended up investing a lot of money, even in Dogecoin. Right, so people ended up killing themselves because they ended up investing a lot of money. They thought, okay, Elon Musk is saying this, or Dokon, who was the founder of Luna, that okay, he's so bullish on this, obviously this is going to make these many returns. And people ended up investing a lot of money. Honestly, this is crypto isn't the only space where I've seen this. People have invested in stocks, chit funds, and whatnot, all sort of schemes, and they end up losing a lot of money. So my sincere request to you would be that, just invest that amount of money which you are genuinely comfortable with, and which your intellect sort of supports you. For me, like, majority of my wealth is in crypto because I believe in it so much, right? For you, it doesn't have to be that much. You can just invest small amount, you can just get started, you can just test the water, and if it works for you, expand further or just withdraw completely from it. But don't hurt yourself in the process, and just, yeah, just do your own research instead of uh, hearing somebody else, because you will hear somebody else, you will go somewhere and give your opinion, and then people are eventually going to know that your what your source of information is, and you're not credible when it comes to such things. So yeah, again, not I don't want to strategize for too long. My last say would be, do your own research and only invest that money which you are genuinely comfortable investing in. All right.
Okay. That uh, sounds great, and it's a great answer to all those who told me that NFTs are basically just a phase. So a lot I received these comments a lot, and now I finally have an answer. Uh, so it's a genuine curiosity that when you showed us your platform, I could see that you could pay in the amount will be paid in Solana coin. So I mean, there is a huge variety of crypto in the market to choose from. So why Solana?
All right. So, being fair enough, so Solana was sort of the first um, blockchain which we integrated into our application. We are also looking forward to integrating Binance chain, because Binance is sort of the biggest exchange there is. So an integration with Binance will definitely boost the adoption of this product. The reason why Solana was because that's the only chain right now which I genuinely believe in. I mean, sure, Bitcoin is good, Ethereum is good, BNB is good, but point is, when you're looking for such UPI level speeds, basically, right? Because let's say if you're using our payment application and UPI is happening way fast, but if you have to wait for like minutes when you're dealing with crypto, then obviously you are not going to use it because it's not fun, it's not fast, you will just leave the app. So Solana is the only chain right now which can support that UX while ensuring security and decentralization. So that was the reason behind building our product on initially on Solana. But yeah, obviously we'll be expanding it, and we'll be supporting Binance Chain for sure. We'll be also supporting more assets into the future, such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other stable coins. So that obviously we don't want you to follow the tribalism which exists in crypto. We want that you know sorry, we want you to be comfortable, just use whatever money you want on our application. Like, we are not pro some currency or pro some chain, but what we want is that just use your favorite form of money. We don't care, we are just a payment provider. We'll just obviously blacklist, or we'll obviously just white label certain currencies only, because we believe that at a certain level we also are responsible for consumer protection. So I don't want to enable, let's say, a chain which I know is not going to exist 10 years down the line or is going to drop off. So I'll not enable those chain on my platform, because I don't want the consumer to suffer, right? I hope that makes sense.
It did. Uh, uh, Siddhanta is asking that is there any method to try the Web3 ecosystem without actually putting money?
Yes, there is. So, see, when we are talking about Web3, there are two things. A lot of people also refer centralized crypto exchanges Web3. So I'll just include that for the sake of it. I don't believe that it's Web3, but yeah, just do that. So even if you're using centralized exchanges, or even if you're using decentralized wallets or DeFi wallets, there is something called testnet. So instead of using the actual blockchain, which has actual money, you use a demo version of it. So you can get test tokens for free. Like, for example, if you use Chimére's application, it is built on the testnet of Solana. In the application itself, we have provided a feature of get test sol. So you'll be able to like get free money, the testing money. So you can like use the whole ecosystem, test it out, and if it feels that this is a good fit for you, you can jump in. Centralized exchanges, they might not offer such broad ecosystem for it, but there are certainly use cases like paper trading or something like that, where you can just just have a sort of like dummy account, invest a little bit of amount of money. You can test the waters that with crypto, test the waters with markets, that if it's working for you. So yeah, there is definitely methods to try both centralized and decentralized world without actually putting in money. I hope that makes sense to Siddhanta, Mrinmay, and one more person who supported, Pratik, maybe. I hope I was able to answer your question.
Yeah. So the next question would be from Sagar Singh. The recent trends in the crypto industries are looking good. Does this help the Chimère users in any way?
Yeah, let's order some sweets for him first. Yes, definitely. So that's how crypto works. If anything good happens, it's good for everyone in the industry, irrespective of whatever is happening. So definitely, because Amritma is one of my co-founders in Chimère, and he brought out this really insightful point the other day when we were having a discussion. He was telling me that how this time when crypto is rising, there is no toxicity in the market. There is nobody complaining that why is crypto rising, it shouldn't rise, and all of that. Everybody is happy about that, about the fact that Bitcoin ETF is going to be launched, that it's going to be regulated, so everybody is looking forward to it. So definitely, this is a very positive, step in crypto, that BlackRock, the biggest financial company in the world, is entering crypto, and they are launching their own Bitcoin ETF, and it's sort of confirmed because it appeared on the Nasdaq website. So there's a very high sentiment because of that. Plus, it's even not a bull season right now. I mean, Bitcoin follows a 4-year cycle, so in 2025 you're going to see the actual bull market. So if this is happening in 2023, I mean, I'm nothing but happy for it. And really, we have been fighting really hard with all the negative sentiment, educating our user bases, telling them about that, just because of certain bad actors, you shouldn't leave crypto as a space. Crypto is genuinely good for you. Like, I'm talking as a human to human perspective. So uh, we have been facing a lot of that, especially faced a lot of that in 2022. 2021 market was again positive. So our whole 2022 was spent fighting with the market sentiment. We were trying to educate our people, our users everywhere where we were going, that this is good for you, don't leave the market right now just because something bad happened or just some news came up. So yeah, it's really good. It will be good for Chimère users, it will be good for you, really. Even if you don't end up joining crypto, it will be good for you, believe me when I say it. Don't want to get into the depths of it, but crypto is overall good for the world. um, and more or less, if something positive is happening, obviously even the fiat people will be affected by it, because since more and more economy is getting into crypto, then it means that the impact on fiat is being reduced because the economy is getting smaller. So even if you are not directly joining crypto, and if crypto industry is increasing, it is also helping you. I know that's a sort of complex logic because you need to sort of understand the economics behind it, but yeah, I hope I was able to communicate that. So yeah, let's offer him some sweets. Yeah, so we are all very happy that crypto is going up. We are very positive with Chimère, and we do hope that we are able to onboard people like you as users, and it bring some positivity in your life as well.
Great. I hope, Sagar, that answers your query well. Uh, Also, Ayush Roy, he has another question. What are your suggestions on where to get started? This is a very interesting question.
Yeah. So I would suggest that if you're genuinely interested, just text me one on LinkedIn. I have taken a lot of sessions on this before, so I'll definitely send those resources to you if you want to go into like full depth and everything. So I've talked a lot about this on before on podcasts and Q&A sessions and sort of stuff. So I can definitely send the resources to that. I don't have it with me right now because I don't have that curated in one place. So if you ask me, I'll send it to you there and in my free time. But yeah, if I want to keep it very brief, my recommendation right now would be that first of all, um, just get started. If you were persuaded by whatever session we had today, just go download Binance, invest some very small amount using UPI on it, You just buy some very little amount of crypto. Don't like invest in some currency which you have never heard of. Keep it in Bitcoin maybe, or just USDT maybe. Keep it in USDT. USDT is sort of one USDT equals to one US dollar. So if you compare USDT to INR, it's going like 10% per year. So you'll anyways be in profit for that. But just try buying that, because this will actually get you into the ecosystem. Crypto, if we need to really work on its UX right now. Being very honest, we as an industry really need to work on the UX. So I can talk all about it, but unless and until you actually dip your toes in, unless and until you actually try it out, you wouldn't get that education, or you wouldn't get the feel of what crypto really is. So once you try it out, you would realize, you would fall in love with it, like the rest of us. You will sort of join that cult that we are. Crypto cult is really, we are all very weird people, irrespective of whenever we meet, wherever we meet, we always say GM. That's sort of our culture. So you will sort of slowly join that cult. uh, so yeah, my suggestion would be just go into Binance, try it out, buy some cryptocurrencies, start exploring smart contracts, decentralized applications, uh, try exploring NFTs, DeFi. I'm actually just typing here the link of my personal website. There is a lot of content which I have published on it. It also has my socials, so you can get in touch with me later on. One another thing which I would like to recommend is Ethereum's website if you really want to get into like proper crypto stuff, like not just investment, but like proper decentralized applications, smart contracts, and all that sort of things. So yeah, again, but getting started with crypto is like, it will take another 2 hour session at least if I really want to get into the depth. So all I would recommend is that just get started, just dip your toes in, just download Binance, get started, go to my website, connect with me on LinkedIn, start reading up on Ethereum. And you'll definitely get resources from all these places, and you can then like take step by step and go forward in your journey with crypto. I hope I was able to answer your question, Sagar.
He's very happy and he's hoping RBI's outlook over crypto turns around to be positive this time.
See, either that will happen or either Supreme Court will force them to. So let's see what happens. But I'm just glad that the apex court of our country, Supreme Court, actually gets the logic behind crypto, and they are supporting our industry thoroughly. So yeah, irrespective of whatever RBI's lookout maybe, but uh, I would say, see, currently Supreme Court is the most pro crypto in our country as a body. Then I would say comes the central government, because their outlook has also been positive. They didn't outright ban it, they impose a taxation. They are talking about it in G20. So obviously central government is also in support. They are not thinking of banning it completely, because I think by this time they get it that you can't really ban software. People will just use VPN and continue using it anyway. So you can't really ban software in any way. So that's what's going to happen. So I think they are smart about it. RBI, they are like, I mean, it's run by very obsolete people, so they have very, I mean, their thought process is really they are just taking our country down. If I'm being honest, I mean, it's very backwards looking. I mean, I'm not criticizing anyone in particular. I'm just saying that the policies are very backward. Just reiterating it. So I really hope, I think Supreme Court and central government will be able to persuade RBI, and eventually they will also be in our corner. And eventually, the way I see it, we as a country will. I hope that we as a country become the forefront runners in crypto. We create the Silicon Valley of crypto here, and I genuinely hope that our politicians look up to that and that happens.
Uh, I am sure, Sagar, this answers your question. And coming to a question that has my heart, what are the job opportunity in crypto space, especially for management grads?
So yeah, definitely there are a lot of opportunities for management grads in the crypto space. So like it's just like any other industry, honestly. But the part which crypto has disrupted, for if we are talking in terms of job market, is the financial or investment side specifically. Because earlier you have your well-defined, conventional finance. It was very simple, right? You had angel investments, you had venture capital, you had your private equity, you had your leverage buyouts, then there was investment banking, there were hedge funds, there were asset management companies and all that, and they had their very well-defined laws, but right now, after crypto came in, obviously, I mean, the laws are different everywhere. So finance as a field has become very complex, especially if we put crypto into the mix. Then to top that, uh, the thing with crypto has majorly changed is that today, if I'm raising for my company, I am not restricted to India. I can raise it from USA, I can raise it from European investor, I can raise it from other Asian investors. So that's the thing. So you have sort of money coming in from everywhere, which makes it a bit more complex. Earlier, like if you're going to the conventional system, you need to be a high net worth individual to invest in startups or write proper checks into startup. That is not the case with crypto, right? If I am owning crypto, I can invest like really small amounts in crypto companies, and you know uh, just get the same amount of rewards as every, but with smaller amount of capital. Earlier you needed like a large amount to invest in startups, and only after that you could see those the sort of gains that startups give you. So crypto has changed a lot of things, and one thing in particular which I felt was obviously the financial side of it. The next thing is sort of also relevant for arts people, or I would say if somebody is going to pursue marketing instead of financial side of things, which is community management. Earlier, there everything was very formal and all of that. There is no concept of community in Web 2, basically. So there are no Telegram groups, there are no Discord groups for Google or Apple or sort of those things. But with crypto, even the biggest companies have their very tight knit communities. They have Telegram groups, they have Discord groups, which sort of enhances your customer support, and your marketing. Let me just have a look at the checklist of the sort of job roles which are available, so just to ensure that I'm not missing out on any information that I should give you about this. There is another field called DevRel, developer relations. A lot of crypto products are uh, B2B. So when we are thinking about B2B products, so we obviously need to connect with teams and provide them with support to build on blockchains, and blockchains are very difficult to build on. So we need to also ensure that we are onboarding. So the concept of developer experience comes in. Design in crypto is very different. It's very weird. I mean, let me just show you my website, and I think, yes, let me check.
I mean, I think I can say this on behalf of every management grad. We are just, uh, grateful that we have any opportunities at all in the cryptoverse, if I may put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah, your website, you are sharing the screen.
Yeah, just wait. All right. I hope my screen is visible.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can see, I mean, this sort of design, the sort of animations you see, this is very crypto specific animations. Like this is the only sort of stuff which you will see in crypto. All weird 3D space stuff happening. So crypto has sort of changed the design as well. It's not just our website. You can look at sort of anything. There was this really cool website called Multiverse X, I think so. Yeah, this is sort of one of the coolest websites that I've seen in crypto. So you can see, it's very weird. It's very uh techy, you know, very cool in every sense. You have videos, you have animations, you can get an idea of this. It's beautiful. See, it's interactive as well. So that's the thing. I mean, crypto, it's sort of like even the same rules are not the same anymore in crypto. I'll talk about all the 10 roles, I would say. And also I'll give you a resource if you want to like look up for jobs in crypto. jobs.solana.com. You can also follow my company C4 projects on LinkedIn if you are looking for jobs in crypto, because we sort of are going to launch soon. We are going to teach people blockchain, get them jobs. Nonetheless, I mean, I already have a network, so you can also follow me on LinkedIn if you're looking for jobs, because I have a lot of networks in the industry. So people keep coming to me that, we have an opening for this, we have an opening for that. So I post that in my network. So if you're following me, you can just, be updated with that and apply there. So yeah, you can follow me, you can follow my company C4 projects. You can also look at this link called jobs.solana.com. Let me check if it's right, or I've not submitted some wrong link to you. Yeah, it's there. So you can get an idea of what sort of openings there are. Also, this industry is very sorry, just excuse me. So yeah, I was saying that this industry is very new. It's very fresh. I have literally worked with 16-year-old kids, who just wanted to learn when I was working with companies, when I was consulting to startups. So here, nobody really cares. I mean, I don't even remember the last time when I told people about what degree I had. Um, so I don't even remember, such things happening. Nobody cares about marks, nobody cares about degree, nobody cares about your background, nobody cares what your gender is, nobody cares about your nationality. There are even people who are completely anonymous. So this industry works in that way. Nobody cares. If you have the skill set, people are going to throw money at you. It's that simple. All you need to have is a skill set, and obviously, you need to work on your personal brand to build some credibility. But if you have these two things, I'm very sure, irrespective of whatever background you're coming from, be it engineering, management, art, whatever you did, nobody cares about anything in this industry, honestly. So I just want to, iterate back again how crypto has changed everything. So yeah, there are devrel, there are business partnership roles, where you have to do that. There are community management roles. When you are hiring, it's more difficult than in normal companies, because obviously the talent is available in very scarcity. I told you about the design. Marketing happens in very different ways as well. This is a formal college audience, so obviously I can't talk about it much here. But if this was an informal audience, or if we would have been, meeting somewhere more private, or where we had our space, I would have shared some instances of you where people, really go crazy with crypto marketing. Just as a hint, look up Solend, check out their Twitter, and you'll find what I'm talking about. In general, you can check out crypto companies, and you'll see how crazy crypto companies are with marketing. There are people literally, will write absurd slurs and stuff, on big billboards and fly it across the plains around in Miami. So people do this sort of stuff in crypto. It's really no holds barred. There is no formality, there is no bureaucracy. People just, they do whatever they want in this space. So as a culture, I do genuinely believe you'll really enjoy it. You know Tech, obviously, it's very different. It works on blockchain. Legal and financial side of crypto are very different, because you're dealing with so many countries, and so many new uncertainty. Product, again, if you're participating in this hackathon, you'll realize how being a crypto product manager is very different from being a normal product manager, because you're dealing with something that nobody knows, much about. So you'll see that. So all in all, to sum it up, just explore all the available roles in any crypto company, and you will get a list of it. You can also go to jobs.solana.com, and you'll get a list of roles which are available in the industry. But all in all, I would say this, that the culture in crypto is very different. Whatever you are pursuing, you will get, first of all, get access to a global team, so which is, different from working for a normal company. So you get to work with startups, so the culture is really cool. It's very informal, it's very fun. In crypto, people might not build P stuff with utility, but everybody's partying all the time. So, all in all, it's really fun. Crypto doesn't discriminate. We are very true to that when it comes to our culture. We don't care about your gender, your background, whatever. We don't have a pay gap problem here, which we see in the normal industry. So again, I can keep talking about it, but all I would say is that the culture is sort of ideal, and that was sort of also the reason why I decided to pursue my career in crypto, because the culture was so satisfying and very growth oriented. But yeah, if you have any more questions, feel free to connect with me later on. Yep.
That's great. I hope it answers your query, Ayush. And if anybody has any more questions, Now's the time to type it up in chat, or you can always ask for permission to unmute yourself. I
And
guess.
all
Yeah.
right. So before we conclude, can I do this? I just want to send a few links to everyone so that they can get in touch with me or my co-founders and my company later on. Because I really enjoyed this conversation. So if anybody has any doubts, I would love to be in touch with them going forward.
Sure, sure.
So just give me like 2 minutes. I'll just send all the links on the chat here.
I think you'll really have to buy Sagar some sweets because he is very bullish on crypto, I feel. Finally, someone.
Yep. So here's my LinkedIn. You can get in touch with me here. I'll just send the links of both of my companies as well. You can follow them for just whatever we are doing, and if there are any opportunities, you can also apply there.
I will include these links in the mails also that I send to all of them.
Yes, that would be great. Yeah, just a
Uh, Sagar has something to say. This conversation today helped me clear my thoughts about it. Helps a lot to have some input from people who have been in the industry for quite some time.
I'm glad that I was able to make it worth your while, and please feel free to uh, stay in touch. So these are the links of my company, Chimère and C4 projects. So yeah, you can get in touch with me here. Right. Siddhanta, Mrinmay, anything that you both would want to add, or if I'm missing out on anything, do I need to share anything more with the audience? Any thoughts?
I think we're good to go.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And yeah, I'll just type up my website link as well. So this is shimmer.world. You can check out our website here. You can apply for the waitlist here if you want to access our app. So we'll send you the access code on your mail. So just go to shimmer.world and you can like sign up for the waitlist. Yeah, I think so. That sums it up. Just let me check. I don't think I'm missing out on anything. Okay. Cool, I think so. Yeah, if you are if you don't have anything to ask, if you don't want anything to add further, I think we are good to conclude from my end. So, yep, Devansh, I would like to hand the stage back over to you. Thanks for this opportunity, Vayu.
Great, great. We it was lovely having you, and I can speak on the behalf of the entire core team of Vaayu that we are doing a hackathon for the first time, and Zest couldn't have started on a better note. So, to before concluding this session, I want to tell you a bit about the submission, reiterate, and also add something. Basically, the submission deadline is, as I told, 10 p.m. tomorrow, and you'll have to write a LinkedIn post, share the images of your design as Panish uh, described, and you'll have to copy that link, click on the share of that post, copy that link, and go to the submission round on our platform partner on Unstop. There you will find a submission round. You can submit your link there after 6 p.m. today. So so that no submissions are left out. Do remember to tag Chimère in your post and your team members, and I will include all the links that Tanish shared, and you can stay in touch with him then. So, all right, this I guess this is the end of the opening ceremony and keynote of Zest, an online product crypto hackathon, crypto product design hackathon, presented by Chimère, platform partner Unstop, and sponsored by Azure, Bceptor, Skill Arena, and Upsource Club. Thank you so much for attending and being here. And if you have any queries, we have the WhatsApp support group the link has been shared in your mail. So feel free to join in and ask any questions at all. Thank you so much, everyone.